In a Newzroom Afrika exclusive, the ANC's Deputy President hopeful Mamaloko Kubayi says attacks on the step-aside resolution are unwarranted and baseless since no one has reviewed their case within the party as they're allowed to. This follows criticism of the decision by presidential hopeful Nkosazana Dlamini Zuma, who says it is being used to prevent certain leaders from contesting at the December conference. Mamaloko Kubayi says she's determined to contest for the Deputy President position and is confident she will meet the threshold to stand for the election. And Govan Whittles is standing by to tell us more. Morning, Govan.
Good morning, Dudu. This was bound to be a divisive issue within the ANC, particularly leading up to the conference. And the commentary here is just part of a bigger interview that we've done with the Deputy President hopeful Mamaloko Kubayi, which will be airing later this afternoon on Newzroom Afrika. It goes into a number of issues, obviously including her candidature for the Deputy President position and what her campaign is centered on as we focus on some of the candidates that are vying for some of the more senior positions within the ANC. But let's take another look at one of the excerpts from that interview. This time we look at a response to some of the criticism to the step-aside decision. Remember the commentary from Nkosazana Dlamini Zuma in another interview that cases which had been dragging on for more than a year essentially left some of the ANC candidates who were intending to contest for positions unable to do so. Top of mind would be Ace Magashule, the suspended ANC Secretary General, who stepped aside from his position after he was charged in the Bloemfontein High Court. And that case has dragged on for quite a while, and it's left Ace Magashule unable to contest for the ANC's leadership in the December conference due to the Electoral Committee's guidelines. Those guidelines set up by a committee that's led by the former President Kgalema Motlanthe. He's the former Secretary General of the ANC, also former Deputy President. And those guidelines seem to be dictating the manner in which these candidates are contesting this year's conference. They include the outlawing of slates, as well as encouragement for candidates to openly debate each other ahead of the conference. Mamaloko Kubayi telling Newzroom Afrika she's willing to debate any candidate and believes that it will strengthen the legitimacy of the process towards the conference. Let's get back to that step-aside issue, and we get a direct response on her view on whether or not this is preventing people from contesting. In short, she says no, but let's take a look at her longer answer.
If we look at the guidelines in terms of the step-aside, one, they are very clear that you step aside when you have been charged in front of a magistrate or a judge. But secondly, the rules as well say if you feel that your case has been dragging long, you can go for a review. None of the people who are advocating for this have tested all the elements of that step-aside rule. And therefore, I don't think it's fair in the manner that they are saying. We need a step-aside rule. We do need what we are implementing, because this is what we have committed not only to ourselves as members of the ANC, but to the public, that they must trust us to lead them in government, and therefore these are the renewal areas that we will do. And this trust that South Africans has given us in the last election 2019 was on the basis of what we have been able to advocate. And one of the things is around renewal, tolerance to corruption, but also making sure that we do not defend individuals who have found themselves in the wrong side of the law.
That's Mamaloko Kubayi. She's the Minister of Human Settlements, chairperson of the ANC's Economic Transformation Committee, really been integral to the ANC's economic turnaround strategy for the country, and a senior minister within the President's cabinet. A Deputy President hopeful who's running her campaign by herself. She says she's not on any slate, but there certainly is a lot of lobbying happening behind the scenes. And in the longer interview that will air around 3 p.m. on Newzroom Afrika, you'll hear her talking not only about her insistence to contest for that Deputy President position, but also how she heard about rumors that she may be withdrawing. She dispels those in that exclusive interview and deals with the impact of the state capture report on the conference. So do look out for that, but for now, it's back to you.
Thank you very much to Govan Whittles for that detail.